I forgot to do that.
Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Says
Probably all
we are,
thinking, what the heck? Where's the music? Well,
it says we are live.
it's in our heads.
We're dancing in our head today. Maybe we don't want to dance in our head because then we'll have that wormwood thing, they call it.
Earworm?
Yeah, you know, whatever they call that.
So when a song gets stuck in your head and it's keeps playing over and over, that's an earworm.
Yeah. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to Feng Shui Friday, where we learn to use the F word with Anita and Cheryl. And Cheryl is pulling a card from the Feng Shui card deck, Personal Paradise Cards, Tara Catherine Collins. And oh, there it went, landing on the floor again.
You betcha.
So, yep.
It flew out, and it's such a pretty picture of an aquarium. So can you guess what the topic might be?
What's of an aquarium?
Yes.
Let's see, fish bowls and water features.
Water feature. You are so good. Number 11 card.
Oh, an 11 card.
Yeah, master number. Ooh.
Double digit.
Yepers.
And we gotta love that. That's the masters talking to us for sure.
Which is, they're saying, yeah, girls, you're doing good, girls. Way to go, girls.
Water features. Have we not had this card before?
I think we have. Would you like me to pull a different one?
I think we should, because you know we have a whole 54 cards in this deck. So until we get through them all, yeah.
I don't decide which one comes out. They fly out.
They
Water
do.
Features. Maybe it's a reminder for me that we bought this beautiful water feature fountain for outside, and we haven't set it up yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe this was just my reminder.
That was just your card.
Well, with all the spruce trees in the backyard, the pollen running through it, I was concerned it was going to plug up the filter system. So. Can you see these flying all over the place? Just one card, please.
Okay, I'm shuffling too. I'm going to see what comes out at my end.
I keep getting multiples. That's too funny. As everybody on Facebook watches us shuffle cards, isn't this exciting?
It's exciting. I'm gonna drink a cup of coffee. It says, arrange your life with Anita and Cheryl. Go ahead. We dare you. And you know what? By the way, we started the 21-day decluttering challenge, and if anybody wants, they can still join us. No problem. We've already had some excellent feedback, like thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for creating this course. So yeah, if you want to join us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'd be happy
more
to have
than
you.
welcome to. I was chatting with a lady the other day, and she.
Okay, well, what's the card, Cheryl?
Windows and doors. And you froze. Or we're all having kinds of electronic situations today. Hopefully I haven't lost Anita completely, but she'll have to come up. Did you get it? Windows and doors.
Windows and doors. Oh, I love that.
Right? Yay, windows and doors. And you know what I did last weekend? I washed my windows. Wow. Wow. Talk about changing your perspective.
Oh, and you know what? If you want the absolute most amazing thing to clean your windows and your screens, I'll tell you what, my daughter-in-law sells Norwex, and that they have, it's just an amazing little quick system, and you'll never use Windex, newspaper, any of that stuff ever again.
Yeah, I haven't for years.
Amazing.
Vinegar water.
Anyways,
But yes,
yeah.
windows and doors, and the card number is 4040.
Four.
40.
Okay, well, let's talk about windows. So, we often talk about the mouth of chi, right? We often talk about the entranceway, the doorway being the mouth of chi, and that's how we lay the bagua in our non-directional approach using the doorway as our guide. But we very seldom talk about windows, right?
Yeah.
So if we think about our own physical vessel, our own body, as an energetic, being, and our home is merely an extension of that. And our home has an energetic vibration or signature to it. And so in our physical body, our mouth, right? Our mouth, our nose, this area right here is our mouth of chi. That's where we gain the sustenance to keep our bodies alive through our breath and through the nutrition of the food that we eat. So similarly in our home, the doorway is it's like this, right? And so that's where the home gets its nourishment, is through that doorway, that entranceway. And again, we talk about it so many times about the importance of clearing the entranceway and having it welcoming and using those chi enhancers and all of those kind of things. But now if we go to the windows, so the windows of the home are just like our own physical eyes on our own bodies. And so it's like where our eye goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, that's where our attention goes. So we don't often think of the windows of the home as being that important, when in fact, they are just like our own physical eyes. And so then we can start to really see with our Feng Shui eyes energetically. And like Cheryl just said, you clean the windows, and what a different perspective. So how important is it to be able to see out that window? And then what do you see is the next thing, right? Yeah.
I love
it.
One of the things we were taught in landscaping is when you're creating the landscape, the design for the yard, consider the view out the window.
Yes.
Ensure that 12 months of the year, you're going to enjoy what you're looking at. So it's not all about the outdoor living space, especially here in Alberta, where we have such a significantly shorter season than, say, in Florida. It's really important to consider your outdoor space and what it looks like 12 months of the year. So, for example, my favorite place to meditate is in our living room. And I look out at our front yard, which has been designed intentionally. Yes. And then we're across from a close. So the view from virtually any window in our house is quite lovely, especially the view from the kitchen looking out into our backyard. So again, designed specifically thinking of the view coming from the inside out.
Okay, so what do we do? What do we do if the view of the window isn't so pleasant? What do we do then?
Well,
what if it's the neighbor's ugly tree or, garbage can, or what do we do then?
Your drapery, your shears, your curtains, what you put in the window can be something that you can enjoy. You can have a conversation with your neighbors.
Right.
We have neighbors, and we maintain the tree in between us. I prune it because, and when it was flowering last week, oh my God, it was spectacular. So it really depends on your relationships. And like you said, Anita, every situation is different.
Right.
But having the clean windows for starters, so you do have a clear view. There are some really beautiful window decals.
Yes.
Right, that you could put on your windows. I know if our windows are too clean, sometimes the birds are hitting them. And I've seen where you can get now magnetic decals. So if you live someplace where you can put both arms out the window, you can actually put magnets on both sides of the window of birds or of flowers. Decorate the window.
Yeah, I was just looking, I had a little sun catcher, you know, a little thing that you can stick in the window, you
Yeah.
know, and it reflects and deflects the light. So bringing the
That cheap.
attention away from what's outside the window if it's not pleasant, and then, you know, bringing that inside. So it could be one of the multifaceted crystals that we use. I have one of those in one of my windows, so then it bounces rainbows off the wall all the time, which is really cool. And you know, if anybody out there now or in the future is ever considering building a house, I would suggest pay particular attention to the windows. There you go. There's a beautiful crystal hanging in the window. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Boy, I'm really got it delayed. I had already set that down before you
Yeah.
started talking.
So, you know, if you are ever going to build a house, pay particular attention to the windows, especially in the living room. Because you know what? This is one of my pet peeves, Cheryl.
What?
Oh, that's beautiful. One of my pet peeves, I guess, and is that these builders, you know, they will design a house, they'll build, and they put in these massive windows, you know, in the living room, especially. So the living room generally is the area where the family gathers. That's your, you know, your place of rest and relaxation and just to chill out and, you know, hang out with everybody, right? So usually there's some comfy chairs in the living room and couches and that sort of thing. And my pet peeve is that these builders will put this big window, right? And when you go to do furniture placement, you end up putting the back of the couch, right? I've seen this so many times.
Yeah.
The back of the couch ends up being by the big picture window.
In front of it. Yeah.
And so then instinctively, we don't like to have our back exposed and being vulnerable. So then what happens, and I see this all the time, is that then they buy these curtains to cover the windows so that when they're sitting on the couch, people aren't looking from the outside in, right?
The back of their
to see
heads.
them in the living room.
Yeah.
So does that make any sense? Does that make any sense?
No.
You spend all this money building this big, beautiful house, and you have this great big window, and then you have to put the couch so that the back, and then you got to put curtains on it, right? So if you're ever building a house in the future, take in some consideration of where they place the windows. I mean, it's okay to have large windows, but you know, could you have them maybe starting 3 or 4 feet up the wall, right? Yeah. Anyways, that's just one of my pet peeves. So as we're talking
while you're
about
on
windows,
that note, quite often too, they'll build where the doors are straight across from each other too.
yes.
And what that is doing is when you're inviting the chi in, it rushes in, and if there's nothing to stop it, it goes right back out the door. So, and our house is very similar to that. It's a bungalow and it's got the front door. They're offset a bit, but strategically placed is our island, and strategically placed on the island are some plants so that you're greeted,
Yes.
but the chi has to flow around and move so that it's, you know, going into other rooms of the house instead of straight through.
Yeah. And you know, then there's that comfort and safety thing. My son and daughter-in-law, you know, they bought a new house last year, and some of their windows, the bottom of the window is quite low. And it's possible for my little grandkids to, you know, and I mean, on a 2-story house, like, God forbid if the screen ever popped out or something. So again, you know, there's got to be some more consideration. If there's any builders out there that's listening to this now or in the future, you know, consult a Feng Shui practitioner or us, and let us help you design that home for safety and comfort, and for furniture placement, and for let's consider the view. Let's consider what the view is outside our window.
Yeah, I've seen,
So,
and so many houses are crammed together right now.
mhm.
Literally, the neighbors there is no room for anything in between.
Yeah,
So they're looking at each other's window.
yeah, yep.
Why?
Yay. Yeah.
Just
So,
for ease of passing the salt across? I don't know.
great conversation, great topic. I love it.
Yeah.
And again,
And
it's
back to the doors I want to talk a little bit about. So
yeah.
remember how we've talked several times about that being the mouth of chi and starting to use your front door? So one of the ladies that heard my presentation at the Sharp event a couple weeks ago commented that I've been going outside and using the front door every day and inviting the chi in. She goes, I think my neighbors think I'm off my rocker, but I'm doing it anyway, like you suggested. So I said, so what's happened since then? She went, you would not believe the opportunities that have started to flow in because I'm inviting them. I'm like, yay. But here's an awareness that may happen to you as well. So business owners take note, but homeowners as well. What is greeting the chi at the front entrance? And we've talked about this before, but what kind of condition is your front door in? I don't know if I've mentioned, probably not on these calls, but you couldn't open our front door all the way, and I didn't know that for I don't know how many years until I started going out intentionally and opening the front door. It was like, oh, that doesn't open all the way.
Yeah.
So just checking the condition of your front door.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're going to spruce things up and the screen is torn and tattered, and quite often we have a screen door and then the inside door.
Yeah, that reminds me, one of our other Feng Shui practitioners that lives in the area, Crystal. Crystal actually helped a client with their front door, and I'll post, I'll share her before and after picture of she helped a client.
And it was just choosing door color, right?
You can just see, you can just see the difference. It just of how it just made me feel just looking at it. It's not even my door, right? So I'll get her permission. I'll ask her to share this on our page.
Yeah, just to give people some ideas. It is that important. Like Anita said, we get dressed up, and typically as women, we're put on lipstick, right? So we're enhancing the mouth of chi. We, adorn our face. So if this is the front of your home, right, in reflection, what does the front of your home look like? Is that what you go out and meet your next opportunity with? Or do you want to change it up a bit? And I know people quite often are renting and they say, well, it's not my house, but it's still your energy.
Yeah. Oh, there's always something you can do. Always.
Absolutely.
Always,
and you know
always.
what? Landlord and tenants getting along is huge. And if you make an effort, so will the landlord. Right? It's that conversation. It's that two-way street. It's that chi flow. So.
Okay, and so the card we have is card number 4.
40. 40. The number is 4.
Yeah, 40. But in numerology, we always reduce it down, right? To a 4.
Absolutely.
And today's a 4. And 4 is about that foundation. And I know we've talked about the not so positive energy that surrounds the number 4 for some Asian people, right?
My favorite number.
Yeah. And you know what? 4 is just a beautiful number. I love 4. I love seeing, and I see it a lot. I see 444, right? 4 plus 4 equals 8. We all love that prosperity number. So yeah, number 4. Let's build that foundation. So builders, again, this one, I guess this calls for you. Consideration.
It's also about practical. Yeah, practical, disciplined, organization, and structure. And I think that's why it's my favorite number.
Yeah.
It's that teetering shape, but it stands, right? That asymmetrical, and it shows us, to me, it shows us anything is possible.
Right. And it almost has a container to it, right? So the number 4. So what can we put in our container? Looks like a flag, we could wave our flag. Maybe that's waving the chi from the front entrance.
There you go, a wind chime or a
Yeah.
wind catcher or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, it's a cool number. And I love that it's on today because today's a 4-day, right?
June 4th.
Okay, well, we're already, as usual. So we're going to pretend we're singing our way out the door.
We'll just dance with earworm.
Yeah, because we get into trouble for playing our music. So just, you know what? Turn up the music today in your own home.
While you're washing your windows.
While you're washing the windows. That's right. Bum, bum, bum. I can see clearly now the rain.
Grime is gone. We could make our own song up, Anita.
Again, I can see clearly now the dust is gone.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have a great weekend. See you next week.
Bye-bye.